Hi everyone, this is my second video. I want to thank you all for taking the time to look at my first video that I had to post in this past week. So my internship's going well. I'm starting to work with clients, make home visits, drive them to appointments, to the DMV, anywhere they may need to go. I've also started working with the probation department, which is pretty cool. I've really only sat in meetings with them. I haven't worked with anybody on probation quite yet. I'm really excited to start that. When I graduated with my bachelor's, my plan was to just be a police officer. And because I have some past injuries, my injuries prohibited me from doing so. So with this probation piece of my internship, it mixes criminal justice and social work. And it's really exciting. I'm really into it. Probation, I've never have entirely been into, but when I spoke to the head manager there, she said a lot of interns go into it thinking like, it's probation, but they get a lot out of it from the social work portion of it, and that's what I'm excited about. And hopefully, I'll be out in the field making some visits soon with the probation department. So I will say this week I've been focusing on being professional, keeping professionalism in my mind at all times. So previously I worked with children, and I had posted this in discussions and comments. And my internship now is working with adults. Most of them are homeless. Most of them have severe mental illness. It's completely new ball game for me. I have never worked with adults before, and I have never really worked with mental illness as well. When working with children, I worked with low-income families, and then some ADHD, nothing too severe. But when working with children, I was able to, I had to be professional, of course, but I was able to be a little goofy with them and kind of redirect them in that way. It didn't have to be an adult really at all times, if that makes sense. With this internship, I have to be professional at all times, of course, but I have to be an adult for these adults. So my big thing is, and again, I this is my first time working with adults. It's like, okay, I'm taking care of your paperwork. I have to make sure, remind you to brush your teeth, take your meds. It's just, I had to keep telling myself, be professional, be professional. With kids, I'm like, yeah, you're a child. That I should remind you of these things every now and then. And so, and again, these adults, severe mental illness, which I'm not used to, but it's definitely different for me to make sure an adult is getting their day-to-day routines done. It differs from making sure a child does that. And when we make home visits, especially at home, you have to make sure you're professional. You don't want to be stuck in a situation at someone's house and all hell's breaking loose and you lose your mind and anything could happen, really. One employee told me he was meeting with clients all day, home visits, office visits, and then one of his clients that gives him a hard time, they just really bump heads, just like really irritated him. It was his last visit of the day, and it was at his home. And he was like, it took a lot for me to stay professional. He's like, I gritted my teeth, and I said, you know what, maybe we should just finish this conversation tomorrow. And that's what he did. He's like, I had to leave, and it took a lot out of me. It was really hard for me to do. But lesson learned, he said whenever he needs to visit that particular client, he's like, I'm going to make sure I start my day off with him instead of end it, because he was already, really irritated from the past clients he had to visit earlier in that day. So that's about it. Staying professional, keeping that in my mind at all times, knowing that everybody needs help. And, tempers could flare. And I need to make sure, and the employees here, that we stay professional for these adults, and to show them that, freaking out at every little moment is not needed as much as we would want to. But staying professional. Thank you guys for listening, and I'm excited to see everybody else's videos. Thank you.